Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pick a Stack Wednesday, best day of the week. Did you miss me last week? I was on vacation. I brought everything I needed to do a video, and then, I was going to do it outside in a park, and it rained. It rained every day, and it hailed 3 times. So I had to change my plans, and I thought, I'll just do it anyway. And then I thought, I'm on vacation. I'm allowed to take a day off. So I didn't do it. And I'm not going to apologize because I was on vacation. And yeah, I had a good time. So I'm back. I'm fully refreshed and ready to rock. If you're new to Pick a Stack, this is what we do here. Your mission is to think of an idea and issue a question pertaining to yourself, your loved ones, your community, or the world. Good morning, grandfather, son. And then you choose a stack. And hopefully the reading for that stack resonates with whatever you're asking about. I highly encourage you to listen to the entire video or watch the entire video because there might be something in stack 3 that resonates with you and you pick stack 1, and you never know. You might learn something. So I'm just going to show you what the 3 stacks are since you can't see because I'm doing it this way today. Stack 1 is the Spirit Song Tarot deck. So it's a tarot deck and it uses animals. Stack number 2 is going to be a card from the Tarot of Dragons. Again, tarot deck. Stack number 3 is an oracle deck, and it's our favorite, Beyond Lemuria. So what I'll do is, I already meditated this morning, and my guides will get us a card from each deck, and we will do a reading off that. All right? Let's dive right in. I got the sun right in my eyes, which is totally why I'm sitting in this position, because it's just glorious. So if I'm all squinty, it's because he's right there shining down on me. I'm fine with it. Hopefully you are too. And I don't know if you can tell, but I got a lot of sun in the last week. Sat in the hot spring spa. I went tubing down a river. I just sat outside in the sun when it wasn't raining or hailing. I also got adopted by some Lakota elders, so I'm going to be working with them. Oh, here's the one. All right, let's see what stack number 1 has. Major Arcana card, card number 14. This is the Temperance card, and I'm going to show it to you. Temperance, and it is represented in this deck by a zebra. And if you think about the zebra has black and white, right? It's a balance, kind of like the panda bear too. Black and white. It's all about yin yang, masculine, feminine, balance, harmony. So what this is talking about, because this is a general reading, it can go a couple different ways. And whichever way resonates with you, that's the right way, okay? This either means, and by the way, this is a message from the universe because it's major arcana, it carries more weight. So it means pay attention. This either means you're doing a good job having balance and harmony in your life, like, yeah, kudos to you, or it means it's time to put some balance and harmony into your life. So if you've got the balance and harmony, yay you. Most people at this point in time do not, because they're concentrating on all that stuff out there in the quote real world, the 3D world. They're concentrating on what's on the news. They're concentrating on medical stuff. They're concentrating on jobs and, all that yucky stuff that we have to deal with. But if you're concentrating on that, you also have to bring in the sun, bring in love, bring in passion, bring in creativity. If you're working 60 hours a week, you still have to have time for yourself, or you're going to go crazy. You're going to get burnt out. I know, I've been there, done that, well, a bunch of times. But bringing that balance into your life gives you a reason to go work at your job. If all you're doing is working to make ends meet, there's probably not as much passion and balance and harmony in your life as there should be. One of the things we can do is look at, if we're talking about finances, we can look at our income versus our outgo. What are we paying for all those bills? Is it absolutely necessary? Can we sell something to, maybe help pay off the car, or, whatever it is? Working just to pay the bills doesn't bring a lot of joy. It brings a lot of stress. So this reading here is saying it's time to bring in that harmony. See, and there's that sun again. Oh, there's a tree right there, and he's just like flirting with me through the tree. It's fabulous. Bringing in that harmony, that balance. This is why I started going on vacations. I hadn't gone on a vacation in 10 years. All I've done is work. I threw myself into my business because I wanted it to be a success. But now it's like, okay, you know what? You need to take some time off. You need to have that harmony and balance. And so I listened and I said, okay, yeah, let's do this. It's hard for me to take a week off because I don't want to miss something here. It's not even about the money, but I have a lot of people that come in and ask for help, and I don't want to miss that. But I gotta ask for help too. I have to bring that harmony and balance in. So if this card is for you, it's time to bring in that harmony and balance. What can you do to bring in harmony and balance in your life? Is there a passion that you're not working on? Do you need a new hobby? A friend of mine was told that he needed to get a hobby. And so he went out and picked something that's way out there. And everybody's kind of like, wow, you're doing that? But the thing is, you have to do, oh, excuse me, hair tickled my nose. You have to do what makes you happy. If you don't know what makes you happy today, then sit down, talk to your spirit guides, talk to your ancestors, talk to your angels and archangels from the light, whoever resonates with you, and say, I need a new hobby, and I don't know what that should be. Can you please help me? And then don't be surprised if somebody comes up to you and says, hey, did you know that this place over here is offering classes in blah, blah, blah? We should go. That's the universe talking through another person to you, bringing in that zebra, saying, yeah, go do this. Or maybe it's not that particular class, but you go to that class and you find out they teach this class, which really interests you. So I feel like a door is opening for you. I can see this door opening. Your job is to go through it, to say, yeah, that door is for me. I'm going to step through that. I'm going to take that first leap of faith. That's our Fool card. That's the 0 card. And I'm going to go right to card number 14, and I'm going to find some balance in my life. I'm going to bring in some harmony into my life because I deserve it. I am not just this slave to the system. I am this wild zebra running through the they don't have meadow? The plains? They're running through something. They're free because they've got balance in their lives. Okay? So this is for you. I know you're listening. I know you're watching. This is for you. Find some balance. Find some harmony, whether that means a vacation or a new hobby or a new person in your life or getting rid of a person in your life. Something. But get out there, take the leap of faith, and hang out with the zebras, okay? Get that balance and harmony and passion and creativity back in your life. Because you'll feel so much better afterwards. I know I do. I feel energized. So this is you. Stack number 1. Okay. Ooh, that was awesome. All right. Oh, singing bell. Gotta do the singing bell. I've had requests. Do the singing bell. Because it is glorious. It charges me up. It charges you up. It charges up the cards. And this big ass amethyst that's sitting in front of me. All right. If you chose stack number 2, we have the Tarot of Dragons. Tarot of Dragons. If you know me at all, you know I love dragons. And whenever I go to Hot Springs, which is where I was last week, I have a favorite restaurant. It's not even a restaurant. Silk Road Experience. I love you guys. My favorite place on the whole planet to eat. And I brought them a dragon. One of the dragons that I make. It made my heart happy to do that. Ooh, and there we go. We have a card. And the dragons say, so in stack number 1, we had bringing harmony in and passion and creativity. We have the 2 of Cups. The 2 of Cups is soulmate energy. It is love energy. Look at these 2 dragons. Here we go. Try not to get the glare. You got 2 cups. You got 2 dragons. This is love energy. Soulmate energy. In other words, it is meant to be. So whatever you were asking about, it's meant to be. It's destiny. It's a soul contract. There's something going on. This is a yes answer if you asked a question. But this is destiny. It is your destiny, whatever you were asking about. If you were asking about a new love, this is not just a yes, it's oh yeah, yeah. This is love. Those 2 golden cups. This is love that's meant for you. Now, if you were asking about a job, it's a yes. If you're asking about a new house, it's a yes. This isn't just going to be something. It's going to be something that you feel right here in your heart. This isn't just yes, it's yes! With passion, with creativity, with love. There's even little heart-shaped flowers there and there by each dragon. 2 of Cups. The cups are emotions. It's water. Water is very emotional. Think about how the moon pulls the tides back and forth, right? The moon pulls us back and forth because we're mostly water. And so if you think about it, if you sit down and analyze it, where the moon is, what phase it's in, and what you're doing, you're going to see a pattern. Most people don't pay attention to this, but you'll see patterns that I feel this way when the moon is full or almost full, and I feel this way when the moon is new. In other words, it's not reflecting all that light from the sun. I know I have a hard time sleeping when the moon is full, but when it's a new moon, man, I can pass out like right now. When the moon is full, I tend to have more energy, more jittery energy, more anxiety, not anxiety, but anxious energy. When it's a new moon, I feel calmer. The cool thing is when you see that pattern, you can adjust yourself. I know that, oh, there's a full moon coming. I need to adjust what I'm doing so I can make sure that I get a good night's sleep. I need to do things that help me calm down. I meditate more. I don't do caffeine ever, except for the tiny little bit in chocolate. Don't take my chocolate away, I'm just saying. But I would never do caffeine when the moon is full, because I would literally be doing this all the time. It would be awful. So pay attention to the moon phases. So the whole reason I'm talking about the moon is because of the water. The Two of Cups represents emotions, water. Pay attention to your emotions and your feelings. If you meet somebody and your heart goes, and I feel so good when I'm around them, that's a sign. If you meet somebody and you're like, wow, that person's really hot, but I don't feel good when I'm around them. There's just something I can't identify. Listen to your heart, listen to your guts. They're trying to tell you something. This card, if this is the card that resonates with you, this is saying that whoever you met or whatever you're asking about is meant for you. Okay? There is this love here. But that can be, love of a hobby, love of a job. But if you love a job, it's not really a job, it's a joy. I also have to point out that these dragons are blue. Not all the dragons in this deck are blue. Blue is also very watery and resonates with the throat chakra. That's all about communication and creativity. And so whatever is going on here with you and this other person, this event, this home, this job, whatever, there's something about creativity associated with it. But you also have to communicate. So if there's that person over there that catches your attention, don't just let them walk away. You need to say something. I have an example. Like, not this vacation, but the one before. I got invited to a party. I don't know anybody where I'm going, okay? But I got invited to this party. It was just like a low-key party in a public space. And I was sitting there not talking to anybody, and I look over and there's this woman. She's got dreads down to her knees, and she was dressed really funky, and nobody's talking to her. And all I could think of is, man, she looks interesting. I gotta go talk to her. So I did. I just went over and I said, hi, you look really interesting. My name's Barbara. And we just started talking, and she was really interesting. And I found out her mom makes teepee poles, and they live in the middle of nowhere with no electricity and plumbing. And we had the best conversation. So you gotta take that first, it's interesting because we're not getting the Fool card. But in stack number 1 and stack number 2, I'm telling you, take the leap of faith. That's the Fool card. The leap of faith is that first step onto a new journey. You don't get over there until you take the first step over here. Right? You don't get the love of your life, the perfect job that is your joy, the perfect home for you, whatever. You don't get that until you take that first step. Maybe you go online to do research. Maybe you go to a realtor's office. Maybe you go apply just out of the blue to a place that you think would be interesting to work for. But you got to take that first step, that first leap of faith to get here, okay? Or at least go, okay, universe, I am open to having a relationship. I am open to a new experience. I am open to living in that neighborhood. I'm open. What do you want to bring me? What fabulous things do you want to bring me, universe? What fabulous things do you want to bring me? Let's do that. Instead of going, oh man, I gotta find a job. Oh, I gotta find a house. Don't be that way. Be up here. Be passionate. Be a magnet for all good things. Thank you, universe. What fabulous things do you want to bestow upon me today? Because that's when good things happen. That is taking that leap of faith. That's the first step. Manifesting. We manifest out there, and then we bring it to 3D. And it's here and here. okay? What we feel and what we think is how we manifest. Remember, if you're saying the words, but you're not feeling it in your heart, you're not going to manifest it. If you don't believe and feel right here what you're saying, you're actually going to manifest what's here. And here, and it'll be like half-assed. You know, that perfect home for you that's like perfect in every way, you won't get it because you don't believe you deserve it, or you don't believe it would be a good fit for you. Like, oh man, what would the neighbors say if, you know, I'm the crazy lady and I move into their neighborhood? No. So you have all this doubt. No doubt. Cast that doubt out. Cast it out. Get rid of it. Feel it here. Write this stuff down and read it out loud. Sing it, dance it, whatever you got to do. Make it happen. Bring it from out there down to 3D. That is our job here, is to bring heaven to earth. And we bring heaven to earth by thinking it and feeling it and manifesting it and bringing it here. Make it so, because this card is telling us it is your destiny. Good things are coming. Believe it, feel it. That was stack number 2. Woo. I just love these readings now. They're so much different than when I first started doing this. They're so much more intense. Excuse me. All right. I'm losing my voice. Stack number 3. It's a card from Beyond Lemuria. Our fabulous Beyond Lemuria deck. This deck is so new. Makes the cards kind of stiff. Hard to hold on to. All right, Lemurians, what do you want us to know today? What do you want us to know today? All of us crazy people here. So while I'm shuffling, I'm just going to share this. I was talking to somebody the other day, and he was telling me how he talked to somebody else. This was a while ago. Yeah, that Barbara, everybody says she's just really crazy, but she's actually okay. I laughed. Aw, gee, thanks. Being the village crazy lady, I tell ya. It takes a lot of work. Alright, our guides gave us card number 52. 52, that's a 7. Ooh, we're on the right path. This is the Violet Flame, and I'm going to show you the card. The Violet Flame. A lot going on in that card. It's interesting because she's holding on to a portal or a wormhole in one hand. There's crystals down at the bottom. In her other hand, she has like a ball of light, and that ball of light is swirling and going up off into the cosmos. And I feel so connected when I look at this card. We're connected down here, and we're connected up here. So let's see what 52 says. It's not the last card, but it's one of the last cards. Okay. Consider your psychic toolkit. We all have one of these. Even if you don't consider yourself psychic, if you have kids, a lot of times, you know, that's where we understand that we have intuition. Like, there's something wrong with my child, I can just feel it. Or I hear them crying in my head. They're not in the house with me, but I hear them crying. And you go outside in the yard, and yes, your child is crying. Also, a lot of times you just know what to do. Um, that's that intuition. Being a parent kicks that intuition into a higher gear a lot of times. So consider your psychic toolkit. So we all have one. Do you have a range of accessible go-to practices for recentering, cleansing your aura, and protecting your energy? An exercise routine for psychic fitness will keep your aura strong and resilient, your energy sovereign, and your vibration high. Maintaining clear and vibrant energy will also help you see through the illusions that may be blocking or disorienting you. Bring the violet flame into your meditation and self-care practices for graceful rebalance after heightened energy levels. So one of the things that I do, I use the violet flame often. I visualize myself in the center, and this violet flame, so shades of purple, is all around me, and it's filling my body. Okay, it's all around me, and it's filling. I kind of visualize this body as like an empty vessel or an empty vase, and I just fill it full of violet fire. And Saint Germain is the being that is in charge of the violet fire. We are beings of the violet fire. We are the purity that the Creator desires. That's what I tell myself in my head, and I repeat it over and over again as I'm being encircled in all this violet fire. And then if I'm working on somebody, so if you've come in my shop and I just work on you for 5 minutes in the shop, that's one of the things that I'm doing. And if you're standing in front of me, I do it in this infinity pattern. So when I'm working on you, I'm also making sure that I'm protecting myself. When you are helping someone, you should always make sure that you are protected. Talking to your guides out there, talking to Saint Germain, throw in some violet flame. Because you don't want something to jump off onto you, right? You don't want to absorb other people's energies. So this is all about making sure that you are guided, guarded, and protected. If you're smudging, make sure you are protecting yourself. You're talking to your guides. I'm going to be protected before I smudge. If I go into somebody else's house, I make sure I'm protected. I don't need to absorb anybody else's energies, whether it's from them or the antique dresser that they bought 3 years ago. Everything is energy, and I like my energy the way it is. Now, if I'm in the presence of someone with a very high frequency, I can open that up and go, yeah, I kind of want to feel the energy that you got. What are you doing? That's okay. That's using discernment. We got to use discernment when we are with other people or in new places. Make sure you're protected. Maybe you're protecting yourself by wearing an amulet or a specific necklace or a ring or having crystals in your pocket, whatever works for you. But remember, there's not just one way. There's thousands of ways to make sure that you're guided, guarded, and protected. Talking to your spirit guides, smudging, crystals, oils, herbs, spells. Whatever works for you is the right thing for you. Okay? I will never tell you you have to do something a certain way. Because just because I do it a certain way doesn't mean that's the way you should do it. Okay? And the way you do it doesn't necessarily mean that's the way I should do it. We are all different beings. Some of us are, stardust, we're from out there. Some of us are more elven or fae or have lion energy. So even though we're all dressed up in human suits, we are all different on the inside. So this is just asking you to look at that psychic toolbox you have. Maybe it's time to learn a new way to do things. That can be taking a class. But remember, if they tell you to do something a very specific way that you have to do it that way, no. You can try it, and if it resonates with you, I say go for it. But if you're like, yeah, it doesn't really do it for me, then don't do it that way. Do it the way it resonates with you. Like when I smudge, I always have music on. Something that, pumps me up, that makes me feel up here. Because when you're smudging, you should not be down here. You shouldn't be living in fear. You shouldn't be on drugs or alcohol. You shouldn't be doing anything low frequency. You should be doing something high frequency, because that's the energy that you want in your home or whatever space you're doing. You want to be dancing. You want to have something that really lifts you up. You want to be singing. If you got kids, man, kids are great for smudging. Give them a Tupperware thing with a top on it, or a drum. Let them do that, or some shakers. It can be beans in a cup. But let them be a part of it, because they bring joy into it. They think it's a game, and that's that's what we need to be doing. This is all a game. You guys, don't take it so freaking seriously. If you're serious, you're gonna be down here. If you're having fun and being joyful, you're up here. This is where we need to be. Joy. That's the key. Just saying. That was stack number 3. Ah, the sun is now shining right in my face. It's glorious. And I thank Grandfather Sun for all the light codes that he's sending down. And the sun is charging me up. It's so awesome. It's going to be a great day. It already is a great day. Thank you for joining me, everybody. I love you guys. I hope you can find some peace and harmony, and that you can add to your psychic toolkit, and that you've got that 2 of Cups energy, that love energy, because it's a really glorious place to be when you have that in your heart. One more. I love you guys. I'm sending you blessings of love, light, peace, joy, happiness, success, divine health, and all good things, because I know you deserve them, and I know you're worthy. So have a beautiful, blessed day, my wonderful soul family. Mwah! Namaste.